Treating without tricks, crafty communities, and puppy bingo? All this and more as the Stafford Weekly News starts now. Welcome to the Friday, October 24th edition of the Stafford Weekly News. I'm Randall Williams. Halloween is next Friday, so we'd like to share with you some tips to make the evening safe for everybody.
Halloween is a night of fun, costumes and candy, but safety should always come first. Whether you're heading out with little ones or letting older kids roam the neighborhood, it's important to stay alert and follow a few simple guidelines. Here are some essential safety tips to help ensure a spooky, safe, and enjoyable Halloween for everyone. The most important rule, always go trick-or-treating with a grown-up you trust. Never go out alone. Stay together the whole time and have fun as a group. Even older kids should go with friends, and keep phones handy just in case. Wear bright colors and add reflective tape to your costume. When it gets dark, it's harder for drivers to see you. Reflective materials shine when lights hit them. Also, face paint is safer than mask. It keeps your full field of vision clear. A flashlight is your best friend on Halloween night. It helps you see where you're going, and it also makes you more visible to cars. You may even be able to find a fun Halloween-themed flashlight. Always walk on the sidewalk. If there is no sidewalk, walk on the far left side of the road, facing traffic. This way you can see cars coming towards you. Cross the street only at corners, crosswalks, or where traffic lights are. Stop, look left, look right, and look left again before you cross. Never run across the street. Always make eye contact with drivers before crossing to be sure they see you. Before you eat any candy, have a grown-up check it first. Only eat treats that are in their original sealed wrappers. If a wrapper is open, torn, or looks strange, throw it away. Remember, when in doubt, throw it out. Only go to doors to get candy. Never go inside a house or a car, even if someone asks you to. Your grown-up should be right there with you. Be careful around decorations like jack-o'-lanterns with candles or fake spider webs. They can be a fire hazard. Don't touch anything that looks like it could be dangerous. Always say thank you when you get candy and be respectful of people's homes. Being a good neighbor makes Halloween more fun for everyone. Remember to be smart and stay safe by following these rules. Drivers, be extra cautious and turn your headlights on early, even before dark, and check for kids at intersections and driveways. Have fun, everyone. Be kind and enjoy your spooky adventures.
Autism has been in the news a lot recently, and separating truth from fiction gets harder every day. The Stafford Early Childhood Center has created an event to help parents and caregivers get the assistance they need. Tuesday evening found people gathering at the Stafford Early Childhood Center for a very special event.
So tonight we are having our Love for All, Voices of Strength, Stories of Autism, Pathways to Belonging event in order to raise awareness for autism spectrum disorder and connect families to resources within the greater Houston area community. This is a passion project for myself solely because as a parent myself to a child with autism spectrum disorder, I recognize what it is like and what it feels like to first receive that diagnosis of ASD and then try to figure out what to do next. So this event is all about bridging the gap between the diagnosis and providing families with those resources that will help create a better choice-filled life for them and their child. For those that are wanting to try to find a way to support autism spectrum disorder support services, definitely, reach out to us at the campus level, as well as the district, and, provide those connections to opportunities that you might have, whether it's through an organization or donating your time to volunteer in the schools. We're definitely open and receptive to that. And again, of course, if you have an organization or a program that will benefit individuals with autism, you can definitely reach out to me. My email address is going to be Aisha, A-I-S-H-A, .Atkinson, A-T-K-I-N-S-O-N, at staffordmsd.org.
For Spartan Spotlight, this is Randall Williams. The old made new, next. The Houston Center for Contemporary Craft always has eye-opening exhibitions that blur the line between handicraft and art. Their current exhibition, Craft Texas 2025, has a liberal dose of just that.
We are standing in the current exhibition that we have on view, which is Craft Texas 2025. This is our 12th iteration of the exhibition, and it's our longest running series that we've had at the Houston Center for Contemporary Craft. This year it was juried by Abraham Thomas, who's the curator of architecture, design, and decorative arts over at the Met, the Museum of Metropolitan Art in New York. He juried and looked through over 350 applications. This was our largest application pool that we've had so far. And it's really wonderful because this exhibition, including with the juror's lens, kind of takes over and kind of helps the visitors see what the temperature is of Texas making and Texas craftspeople, seeing what their topics and themes are kind of like coming up for them. And we did notice this year a lot of focus on landscapes as well as caregiving, and then a lot of interesting quilts were also made through this series. And then there's been this kind of trend of repurposing found materials as well as reusing materials, so that's also something that I feel like touches a lot of the works in this iteration. So out of the 49 artists that we have and the 49 works, Abraham Thomas was tasked to select only 3 works that he deemed were fit for the Merit Prize winners, and I believe he chose very well. He chose Naomi Winjoku's work, Annie Arnold's work, and Naomi Chue's work. And I feel like all of those are very encompassing of the different lenses that artists use and their different stories and the way that they're kind of like approaching and continuing their practice in this time. The pieces of metal, they were used specifically in the Kenyan houses. Everyone has these steel roofs, and the women, as the men are done installing the steel roofs, the women are the ones that are doing the thatching and doing the braiding and putting all of the fiber-based layers on top of the steel to kind of protect the house and kind of insulate it some more further. It takes like after every 8 months or so, they have to keep replacing all of the fibers. So the way that she was telling the story was that the village women came together and they started doing more basket weaving and different other important crafts that the community has in order to raise funds so then everyone else can have the 2 layers of the steel roofing, so then it provides even more protection, and also the women don't have to necessarily keep doing the thatching and adding more for the fiber roofing. This exhibition opened on September 5th, and it will go through until January 31st, 2026.
For our second trip to the Houston Center of Contemporary Craft, we have an artist who uses old art forms for contemporary subjects.
Welcome to Pigeon Crib Houston Edition. the Texas debut of the celebrated ceramic artist Roberto Lugo. We are so thrilled to be showing his work here in Texas, and this installation is centered on this kind of architectural mantelpiece that is referencing the Peacock Room, an 18th century gilded porcelain Zimmer that was built to store and display the massive ceramics collection of a shipping magnate. And it ended up becoming infamous for being a social commentary about arts patronage and what histories are recorded through collections. So Lugo's take on it is kind of recasting the art historical canon with figures that usually aren't present in ceramic collections, certainly, but that have been underrepresented in the art historical canon more broadly. So figures like Tupac Shakur and Selena and Dennis Rodman are all kind of immortalized on the face of these ceramics that are referencing historical forms spanning from Greco-Roman amphoras and craters to Renaissance putti statuettes. This piece here is memorializing a Selena concert. And it's on this kind of incredible undulating Greco-Roman amphora, and you see it's the kind of quintessential red and black iconography, but again replacing it with something that you would not expect, kind of recasting the canon. And what's so interesting about ancient pottery, and Lugo is such an incredible art historian, is that all of those ceramics were just documenting everyday life in ancient Greece and ancient Rome. So we see it today, we see gladiators and these kind of theatrical events, but they were just documenting their everyday lives. And so I think what he's doing is so brilliant, showing that we can kind of immortalize and capture contemporary life in a similar way. A bust in the style of Andrea della Robbia. It's a Renaissance 15th century kind of style of ceramic portrait. The original 15th century portraits were of religious leaders, saints, and here she's kind of putting, in this case, Ice Cube on the level of kind of sanctity and religious icon. And then right here, we have a functional vessel. It is an umbrella stand in the shape of a pit bull, another kind of guard dog, but is bringing it this kind of royal presence as a guardian statue. The exhibition is on view until October 25th. We have a closing reception that day, so please come by before this exhibition leaves. This is a really important show and a rare opportunity to see an immersive installation by this celebrated artist.
Hop in the Halloween next. Bingo night is a standard event at a lot of local venues, but one restaurant has come up with a notable twist: puppy bingo. Okay, this story requires a bit of setup. This is the Texas Biergarten on Highway 6. It's a German-inspired restaurant with a nice selection of craft beers. I've eaten there, it's good. It has trivia night, bingo night, and wait, puppy bingo?
They actually win a Jenny's Rescue Ranch bingo shirt, and usually some of the local craft beers sponsor it, so they'll get like a mug or something like that. Puppy bingo is just literally everybody here getting time to snuggle puppies. We've been coming now for almost 3 years. We come every other month, every Wednesday, and we bring all of our pups that are adoptable or almost adoptable, and we just let everybody get all the snuggles and have all the fun and think if maybe they're ready or not ready. This is a good way to decide.
I'm gonna have to go over the rules. I've been doing this for like a year or two now, so I kind of have to set some ground rules. First one, false bingos. people don't like false bingos. It gets everybody's hopes up. They think they won, but they didn't actually. So then I have to like break the news. So if you happen to have a false bingo, how we settle this is by a $10 donation to Jenny's Rescue. Nice and easy. But what happens if we have 2 false bingos? $20. And then the third, 40. So we go 10, then we go 20, then we go 40, and then 80, then so on, so forth. I can't count that high right now.
Jenny's Rescue Ranch is a nonprofit dog rescue. We're located in Alvin, but we have local fosters that are in Sugar Land, Stafford, Missouri City, Texas City, Lake Jackson. We only take in moms and babies. That is our mission. And so when all the babies have been weaned from their mom, they all end up in foster homes. And then we get mom all spayed and microchipped, rabies, and heartworm tests and everything, and we get the moms adopted too.
After B9, we got B1. As in, you could be the one to adopt one of these adorable puppies from Jenny's Rescue. B1.
Is there anything else you'd like to say, TV Land?
No, spay, neuter your animals, please. Begging, so we can slow this down because I'm drowning.
Amen. For Stafford Weekly News, this is Randall Williams. Fort Bend Seniors Meals on Wheels had a terrific idea for a fundraiser, a Halloween party, complete with costumes and some very special guests.
Spooky costumes, lively music, and a mission that couldn't be more important. That was the scene this past Saturday, October the 18th at Scotty's Saloon in Richmond for a Spazmatic Halloween, proudly presented by Staff Force. This fantastic, fright-filled fundraiser was all about keeping our neighbors fed right here in Fort Bend County. But behind the fun, there's a serious crisis unfolding. Fort Bend Meals on Wheels isn't just delivering food. They're delivering health and companionship. And right now, their critical mission is facing a massive financial
I wanted to
setback.
share just some news that we got this past week from our biggest funder that we get from the federal government. We just found out on Wednesday, so just Wednesday of this week, that we're going to lose 50% of our federal funding. Let that sink in. That's over $500,000.
Fort Bend Meals on Wheels lost half of their funding. That's about $500,000 in federal funding. Executive Director Doug Simpson explained that this sudden massive cut means a staggering 68,000 meals are now completely unfunded. And that's why community involvement is now more important than ever.
Meals that we were not going to be able to serve. So tonight is very special. We hope that you all help us out and bid high and buy lots of tickets so we can continue to serve those neighbors that we do every day.
Board member David Howard echoed that sentiment, emphasizing that the turnout proves that Stafford and the surrounding areas understand the vital role this organization plays.
Three reasons I did it. One was the food, obviously. Number two, security. Sometimes they're the only people they will see in a week's time. And so if something's wrong, you knock on the door, they don't answer, you can report it, and then their family will go out there and see it. And the third thing is camaraderie. These people love to talk. They love to tell stories. Years ago, I had a lady who got to be 105 years old. We went to a 100th birthday party. A great time. They just love to talk and have fun. Another guy was back in the World War II, he was a spy. So they got great stories. Obviously, during COVID, it was tough, but we went through it, got through it. Doug's going to talk about some of the funding we're losing, but if you ever want something that's rewarding and something you like to do, be a volunteer driver and deliver meals to these people. It's something you'll always remember, and that makes them feel great. So anyway, I appreciate everybody coming. I'm going to give it back to Doug. He's going to talk some more.
Executive Director Doug Simpson also took the time to award David Howard an award for being a true volunteer and serving Fort Bend Meals on Wheels.
Both body and spirit, honoring David and Lisa Howard with heartfelt thanks from all of us, Fort Bend Seniors Meals on Wheels. Thank you.
What an incredible turnout for a vital cause. The people of Fort Bend County truly stepped up to ensure that Meals on Wheels can continue their life-saving work.
Well, it's another fun night here with Fort Bend Seniors Meals on Wheels. We have the Spazmatics again, but really the main thing we're here for is to support our seniors. And actually, we just found out a couple of days ago that our funding has been severely cut by over 50% from the federal government. So that makes tonight even more important so that we can continue to raise funds as a community to support our neighbors. So we want to make sure that that word gets out, that what we're doing in the community and that we're here for our seniors. And it's very important for our community to be supportive of us as we support the seniors in our community. So tonight's fun, we have a good time, but really it's about those that are probably the most disadvantaged group of people that we have, seniors that are homebound. So it's about them, and it's about making sure that they have a good meal every day and making sure that they have someone to check on them every day and have a good connection with someone.
It takes a whole community to fill a gap this big.
Here are some highlights from the Spazmatics.
For Stafford Weekly News, I'm Mal Morales.
That's a wrap on our news for this week. Thank you for joining us. For everyone here at Stafford Weekly News, I'm Randall Williams. May all your news be good news.
This program was produced at City Hall of Stafford, Texas, in association with Houston City College.